Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have another doubleheader for you in the East Carolina JVILLE State Dynasty. First, we'll have East Carolina taking on Florida Atlantic in an all-offensive showcase. After that, we'll have Jack State taking on Western Kentucky in an all-offensive showcase as well. As you see, East Carolina led by Jake Garcia, the quarterback, coming out in the all blacks. And you have Florida Atlantic in their all white unis here. Getting things started. 4-4 East Carolina going to drop back and deliver a pass that falls incomplete. So not the best start to the game. But we will see if we can pick it up here. As you see, we averaged just over 300 yards of offense on the season so far. Garcia with Rajai Harris to the left, going to drop back looking for a guy, puts it up, and that is knocked away as he was looking for Winston Wright Jr. and can't get it there. As here lately we've been falling short as far as like arm strength and things like that. Garcia hasn't quite been able to push the ball downfield. This time he's in a 5 wide, has some time, delivers, and that one's knocked away as once again it just kind of falls short. And the East Carolina Pirates are going to be forced to punt it away here on 4th down. Here we go, Florida Atlantic on the return. A little bit of space, nice move, but we hold them to relatively nothing on the return. Not much gained here. As we'll get that Super Sim going and get back out here on offense. 1st and 10 for the East Carolina Pirates after Florida Atlantic was able to punch it in through the Sim. This time, Jari Patterson to the right side of Garcia. He's going to pop it off to Wright Jr., who has room, and he is going down the sideline. How far can he go? He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but that is 56 yards on the pop pass to Winston Wright Jr., the biggest playmaker on the season for the East Carolina Pirates. Here we go, operating Rajai Harris to the right, and we just airmailed that. We have Sowell wide open, but Garcia just absolutely misses him on that one. Now coming out 2-by-2 look, as we have Javis Bond to the right, gonna bring a guy in motion once more. We're gonna hand it off to Bond. Bond can't quite get much, and he picks up 3 yards. 3rd and 7. The Pirates dropping back Garcia. He's gonna deliver it this time. He does. Completed to Sowell, and that puts us in a 4th and 3 situation, and the Pirates will go for it here. 5 wide. Garcia completes it to Winston Wright. That is a 1st and goal from the 3. Garcia handed it off to Javius Bond, and he's not going to be able to get much. 1 yard on the play. 2nd and goal for the Pirates. Another 2-by-2 look here. Bond to the right. Garcia's going to hand it off, and he's going to get into the end zone relatively easy, and we will tie the ball game. Looks like we were able to get a defensive stop this time, and Garcia, out of an empty set, tries to deliver the screen to Winston Wright Jr., and he's going to be hit for a 3-yard loss. Probably would have been better off trying to run with that one, but either way, it is a 2nd and 13. Garcia out of the empty look, has time, gonna put it out there, and that's Kelly who holds on to it. It was a little short and a little behind him, but the always reliable Kelly is able to corral that one for a 1st down. This time we hand it off to Rajai Harris, and he's gonna power up for a 5-yard gain. We'll see what we can do here on 2nd and 5. Garcia is operating in a 2-by-2 look. Javis Bond this time to the right. Garcia dropping back. He's going to deliver it across the middle. That's dropped by Winston Wright. Wasn't the best pass. It was a little bit low, a little bit behind. Well, it wasn't behind, but it was a little bit low. There was some contact. I really think that Wright could have held on to that, but that's neither here or there. As Garcia is sacked on the 3rd down play, and we're in East Carolina, I should say, will be forced to punt the ball once more. And on the return, not much there. We get another defensive stop, and we come out in a trips look. Garcia delivers it to Winston Wright, and he picks up another first down. Garcia dropping back, looking for someone to come open. He's going to find Wright once again, and Wright is going off here in the first half. This time handing off to Rajai Harris, only a gain of 1. Back up to the line in a diamond quads look. Garcia, he's going to decide to keep it, and he is going to pick up the first down with ease. Looks like that was some type of RPO, as he had the option to throw out the screen or keep it himself, and he found room to run. Garcia out of the pistol. Looking, has a lot of time, delivers, and that's behind the receiver. He did have time, but couldn't find an open man. Garcia coming out in the 2nd and 10, another 2x2 look, dropping back, throwing it across the middle. And I believe that's Soel who holds on to the difficult pass. 3rd and 4. Garcia, 5 wide. Once again, gonna find a wide open Smith. And that's an easy completion for a first down. Garcia dropping back once more. Looking, going to find Kelly, who sheds a tackle after the catch. These defenders have been in good coverage. Our receivers have made some pretty tough catches across the middle so far. Let's see if we can keep it up and punch it in the end zone. Garcia dropping back, looking. Gonna find a wide open Smith once again. 1st and goal from the 6. Garcia sending Javis Bond in motion. Dropping back, has a little bit of time, but it runs out quickly. Loss of 6 on the sack, but we'll still be in a 2nd and goal situation. Maybe better to give us a little bit more room to operate out of our passing offense here. Here we go. Garcia with time. Gonna deliver. That time can't complete it to Kelly. 3rd and goal from the 12. Garcia looking to find someone. Gonna find Rajai Harris on the screen, but he doesn't have much room. He's dropped, and we will settle for a field goal attempt here. The kick is up, and we put it through, and we will take the 10-7 lead. We are able to get another defensive stop, and Garcia comes back out to lead this offense. Gonna throw it, and he's gonna have Chase Soel coming open after that wide split look. Gets him open there. Garcia this time bouncing around in the pocket, steps up, decides to keep it, and that turns out to be a pretty good decision as he picks up 7 yards, and it's now a 2nd and 3 situation. Now Garcia operating with 2 wide. Actually, the quarter ends, and we come back out under center. We're going to hand it off to Bond. Bond has space. Bond with a nice move in the open field, and that is a nice run from Bond, getting us in a 1st and 10 situation here. Now we give it off to Rajai Harris, setting up the blocks. He picks up a respectable 5 as time continues to tick in the first half. Bond again, Harris. This time he gets 1 yard. Harris remains in the game, a 2x2 tight look with the tight end. Garcia dropping back. He's going to find Chase Soel. Another difficult catch for the first down. Play action that time to Rajai Harris. Garcia barely gets the pass off. 2nd and 10. Garcia surveying the field. He had Kelly, and he just sails that one behind and short. Don't know what that was all about, but 3rd and 10. Garcia stepping up. Gonna shed off a tackle. Garcia gonna decide to keep it. Garcia, he's gonna get inside the 10-yard line and to the 5. 1st and goal for the Pirates. Garcia looking. Gonna be intercepted as he throws that one late. He was trying to find Jari Patterson. Luckily, it looks like we don't give up a score, and we come back out here in a 10-7 lead still for the Pirates. Garcia dropping back for the first time in the 3rd quarter, and that one falls incomplete. The receivers continue to make difficult receptions, but not on that one, as we see Garcia has some lingering ailments, and it has definitely impacted the way he's thrown the ball today. Garcia gonna find a wide open man. That's Smith, who gets down to the 19. And if Garcia had the capable arm strength that he normally does, that's probably 6. But either way, we will take it. Garcia coming out in an empty formation here. Gonna find Kelly. That's another 5 yards. Garcia Surveying the field once more, putting it up. That one's incomplete. 3rd and 5 this time. Trips to the right. Garcia dropping back. Going to deliver it. He's going to find Smith again, who can't quite get in, but he's down at the 1, 1st and goal for the Pirates, as Smith is having himself a solid game here. 2-by-2 look, wide splits. Garcia on the option, tries to keep it. He's going to lose 2 yards. 2nd and goal. Garcia from under center this time. We have 2 tight. Going to bring a guy in motion. That's Jari Patterson on the handoff. He only picks up 1. Patterson hasn't been involved in the game much, but Garcia delivers it to a guy who has been involved, and that is Smith, who gets in the end zone for 6 points, and he's pointing at the brick wall there in the bushes. Don't know what's going on with that one. But you see Anthony Smith, looks like he ran a quick little out route here. Wide open, even though there's 3 guys in the area. We hold Florida Atlantic to a field goal. We have a 17-10 lead, I should say, as Garcia fumbles the ball as he is sacked, but the Pirates get it back. 2nd and 14, sending Javius Bond in motion, I should say. And we just throw that one away. Garcia, he hands it off to Rajai Harris after it looks like after the punt, Florida Atlantic did pick up 7 points, and it is a tie ball game, 17-17. 2nd and 12 for the Pirates. Garcia dropping back, looking, no one there. He flicks it up, and it's intercepted, and they would get a score off of that turnover. Garcia comes back out, now down for the first time, 24-17. He's going to find a wide open Winston Wright, and he's going to get a pretty big gain, picking up where he left off in the first half. We didn't really see anything from Wright in the 3rd quarter, but that was definitely a play much needed for the Pirates. Garcia dropping back. He's going to find Sowell quickly for a gain of 4. All right, and Garcia back up to the line. This time, he's in a 5-wide look. He's going to go downfield and has a man. We talked about Jari Patterson not really being involved earlier. He gets involved there for 6. We also talked about Garcia not being able to connect on these downfield passes lately, but he does connect on that one, as Jari Patterson had a step on the defender, and Garcia with probably the best pass he's thrown all day long. And we tie it at 24. Now, Florida Atlantic does get 3, and they take the lead once more. But we have a wide open man on the first play. That is Smith again. And this guy has had his best game of the season. And he's looking for the crowd noise there, as no doubt the crowd is fired up as Anthony Smith, the senior, is going to take it in for 6 points, wide open on the streaking pattern. Don't have a clue what the Florida Atlantic defense was doing, but we take the lead back. And with that, we'll end up getting a stop on defense and winning this one 31-27, picking up our 5th win on the season. As you see, Anthony Smith is the player of the game. 6 grabs, 142 yards, and 2 scores. Just seems like he and Winston Wright were wide open all game long. As we take a look at the stats, over 400 yards through the air, or 300 yards through the air, 400 total yards for this offense. Garcia, one of his better games today. Still haven't been really consistent throughout the season. The running game didn't do much, but we did have a score on the ground. There you see Wright, 7 grabs, 110 yards. Smith, 6 grabs for $142 and 2 scores. Jari Patterson there had 1 grab for 45 yards and 1 score. Defensively here, Isaiah Brown-Murray had 12 stops from the cornerback spot. That's kind of insane. Didn't have any interceptions, no sacks, but had a few pass breakups. And the defense does enough to get the win. Now making the transition to JVILLE State taking on Western Kentucky as Smoot will get the start today in place of an injured Turner. And Smoot keeps it on the option. He sheds a tackle, showing what he can do as he breaks off a pretty nice run right away for the Gamecocks offense, showing his ability as he and Turner are fairly similar. And here we're going to hand it off to Paul, who barrels his way forward for 8 yards. Now Smoot operating out of that pistol look, going to hand it off to Paul again, going to find a small gap, and he's going to pick up a first down. Smoot, he's going to keep it again. Smoot has a little bit of room. He's going to pick up 8 yards as the Gamecocks continue to move the ball on this first drive early in the game here. Now duos to the right. Smoot, he's going to fake it. He's going to pitch it, and that is an errant pitch, and that promising drive ends on a terrible, terrible pitch play by Smoot, showing his inexperience here, and Western Kentucky will take over as we'll let that super sim go, and it looks like our defense gets a stop. Turner with an excellent move, or I'm sorry, that's Anwar Lewis with an excellent move in space. He is only able to get 3. Fake it to Lewis. We're going to try and pass it there. Not the best pass. Could have been caught, but it falls incomplete, and that puts us in a 3rd and 7 situation here. This time, Smoot with a split back look, dropping back to throw, going to put that pass in the air, and that is caught, and that is a easy first down for the Gamecocks. This time, Smoot hands it off to Anwar Lewis, who has a lot of room. Anwar Lewis with a nice run, and he picks up a huge chunk of yardage for the Gamecock offense. Smoot now operating from the split look once more here. Has a receiver to each side. Going to fake it, and he's going to be hit and fumbles the ball. And Smoot, once again, with a huge mistake. The defensive lineman is going to take this back for 6 points, and Western Kentucky will go up 7-0 as we see Lewis get planted into the dirt for a 3-yard loss. Looks like that was Jaden Loving for the Western Kentucky defense. Smoot, who's now grown cold due to 2 huge mistakes, is going to fire, and that one is knocked away. As you can see, Smoot, one of the things that makes it hard to get him on the field is that he does not have the best arm talent. And you're seeing that on display there with the lack of arm strength. And this time you see it again as he severely underthrows the receiver, and that's knocked away. The defense gets a stop. We get the ball back, and Lewis is able to pick up 4 on the first down. So we end that first quarter. Western Kentucky up 7-0. 2nd and 6. Duos to the right. Smoot bringing a man in motion. Hand off to Anwar Lewis, who falls forward and almost picks up the first, but we are in a very manageable 3rd and 1 situation here. Split back look with twins to the right for Smoot. He's going to hand it off to Paul. Paul picks up that first down easily. Duos to the right, twins to the right. This time, Anwar Lewis is going to get it. He has some room. He picks up 8 yards on first down. Here we go, 2nd and 2. Smoot's going to hand it to Paul. Paul actually loses a yard. 3rd and 3, I apologize. Smoot rolling out, looking for a man. No one's there. He finds the corner, and he's running down the sideline, shrugging a man off, and that is a nice carry by Smoot. So you see that Smoot can do it with his legs, and he does have a lot of potential there. Duos to the right, going to pop it off to the playmaker, Petway. He doesn't have much to work with, but does pick up 4. This time, duos to the right, twins to the left. Going to throw it on that Texas route there to Anwar Lewis, and that's a first down. Hopefully this time we can capitalize on a promising drive, as we've had a couple of promising drives end in disaster. Duos right, we're going to hand it off to Paul. Paul has some room. Paul powering up, and he picks up a nice 9 yards. 2nd and 1 from the 1-yard line. We're going to pitch it out there to Lewis, who's able to find just enough room to get in the end zone. Western Kentucky does get 3, and they're up 10-7. We're going to fake it to Anwar Lewis. Smoot looking for someone downfield. Nothing's there, and he throws it away probably for the best. Going to hand it off to Lewis, who has a little bit of room. He picks up 7 yards. 3rd and 3 for this Gamecock offense here. Going to send Lewis in motion. Smoot with time. He's going to step up. He's going to decide to tuck it and run. Tries to juke a defender. Doesn't quite get around him, but does pick up the first down. And the 2-minute timeout occurs as Jackson State is down 10-7. Smoot dropping back, looking for a man. He's going to find his guy, Lacey. Lacey cuts it in. Nice move by Lacey. And he's able to pick up the first down for the Gamecocks. This time, a trio to the right here for Smoot. Gonna drop back, looking for someone to come open. Gonna find his big tight end who's gonna pick up the first down. Smoot going to send Lewis in motion once more, making it an empty backfield. Smoot going to take the snap. Surveying. Gonna find Anwar Lewis. No, actually, that's our tight end who's gonna pick up 5 yards. Smoot from the I formation. Gonna fake it to Barrick. Going to try and pitch it. That falls to the turf, and Western Kentucky recovers it. Luckily, we hold them to no points, and we'll get the ball back here in the third quarter, still down 10-7. Lewis is going to get the ball. He's looking for space. Gonna find a little bit of room to operate. 3rd and 6. Trips to the right. Smoot dropping back, looking for someone. 1-on-1 situation. That's gonna fall short. He had his man who had beat the defender, but he doesn't have the arm strength to get it there. This time, Flexbone looked for the first time. Smoot fakes that give. He's going to throw it downfield, and that's Lacey snatching it away from the defender. Nice grab by Lacey, and he's showing he's our number 1 receiver for a reason. 1st and 10, duos right, twins right for Smoot. He's going to hand it off on the RPO to Anwar Lewis, who picks up 9. Lewis has ran the ball very well so far in this game, but we are down 17-7 thanks to tons of mistakes, mostly by the inexperienced Smoot, as we see Paul with his best run of the game picking up another first down. Lewis, he's able to only get 2 on that first down run. 2nd and 8 for the Gamecocks. Duos to the right, twins to the right. Smoot switching some things up here. Going to take the snap, going to hand it off to Paul. Paul finding room, and he picks up 5. Andrew Paul has 44 yards on 8 attempts so far in this game, and there's no doubt in my mind that Paul is a future star for this team. This time it is Lewis along with Savage in the backfield. We're going to swing it out there to Petway, who tries to race to the end zone. Doesn't quite get there, but does get us to the 2. 1st and goal, 2 seconds remaining here. We're going to get it off. Smoot's able to pitch it to Lewis, and Lewis trots into the end zone for 6. Anwar Lewis taking the pitch from Smoot, getting in the end zone, and honestly, we should be winning this game. We should have scored about 4 times by now, but the reality is we haven't. We give up more points, and we are down 24-14, and it's not looking pretty with only 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the ball game. Smoot operating out of the I formation. He's going to hand it to Paul. Paul finds some room. Can't shed a tackle, but he does pick up a nice gain on first down. Looks like Smoot's going to come to the line out of the I look again. Going to send Barrick in motion. Hands it off to Paul once more. Trying to find outside, sheds a tackle. Can't quite get there. That will bring us to a 2nd and 7 situation for the Gamecocks, as we do continue to keep it on the ground, even though we are down by 3 scores here in this game. This time we're going to pitch it out to Barrick. Barrick has some space. Can't quite power up enough to get the first down. 3rd and 1. Going to send Anwar Lewis in motion. We're going to hand it to Paul. He doesn't get anything. This time Smoot's going to drop back. We are keeping it in the air. Smoot decides to keep it right away. He has a lot of room to work. He's going to get out of bounds before taking a huge chunk out of this Western Kentucky defense. This time, Smoot switching some things up. Anwar Lewis offset to the right. He's going to hand it to Lewis, who has a ton of room to work, and that's going to put us in a first and goal situation. Smoot looking for someone. Had a man coming open, but gets hit as he releases it. That might have been 6 if he could have got that pass off. Now there's Twins to the left. Twins tight ends to the right. Smoot dropping back. Looking for anybody to come open. Gonna try and throw it to the end zone. That's intercepted, and that will do it more than likely, as we are going to drop this game, and we're going to lose 24-14. Due to disappointment, I exited the game. I didn't even bother looking at the stats. Just to summarize, Smoot showed his inexperience, had way too many turnovers. This should have been a closer game, and we possibly should have won it because we were moving the ball fairly easy on Western Kentucky. But the reality is we do lose the game, and I believe that dropped us to 6-6 on the season. Don't know if we'll go bowling. As you see, Chad Stevens was the American Defensive Player of the Week for the Pirates. But man, disappointing loss there as we get to the end of the season here. Doesn't look like the Gamecocks are going to go bowling. We could be selected because we are eligible, but there's not that often. It's not that often, I should say, that a 6-6 team is really allowed to, or is really selected, as they, these bowls are looking for, the best teams possible to compete in these bowls, to make it entertaining, make fans want to come out and purchase tickets, make fans want to watch the games on TV. So I don't know. But we should be going bowling with the Pirates. That is a positive, as we've garnered 7 wins with them. But we'll see, because we don't necessarily have to get selected either just because we got 7 wins. As you see here, Cade Klubnik wins the Heisman Trophy for the Clemson Tigers. Looking here, going into the end of the season here, we have been offered 2 head coaching jobs, Louisiana Tech and Tulsa. We won't be taking either one of those, but kind of cool to see what we got offered there. And as you can see, we're in bowl week here, and it looks like neither of us were selected for a bowl. And that's pretty disappointing for East Carolina, as we did get 7 wins, which I believe is the best season we've had in quite a while. But I'll see you on the next one as we'll go through the off season. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Peace out until next time.